People often ask me this question, whether I can place the exact moment I knew she was the one. And I can. So we met back in the summer of 2013. As a matter of fact, we actually go back and revisit these moments like through pictures and videos, and we would like to do that quite frequently. We were on this island called Patmos, and we met on a bar. And when I say on a bar, I mean literally on the actual bar. I was dancing, and I remember she looked at me. I looked at her back and got down, introduced myself, and all we did after that point was just dance all night long. Looked at each other and just like danced and had fun. We didn't say much, we didn't exchange that many words. At the end of the night I got her number because I knew she was special, but that was not the moment. I texted her the next morning and we ended up spending the next few days just getting to know each other, doing all the romantic stuff that couples do on the first few days when they meet each other. We did romantic long walks on the beach. We did all the sunsets and the sunrises, and we really got to know each other. So towards the end of our trip, I remember vividly we were walking down towards the ferry that was going to take us back home, and at some point she just like stopped, pointed at something and yelled, and I looked and turned, and what she was pointing towards was a sign from an ice cream store that read "Se la trevo," which means I adore you. And I felt the exact same way. I felt that this was actually happening. But that was not the moment that I'm talking about. Three days later, I was back in San Francisco where I lived, and I was telling that story to my friends. At the time, to be honest with you, I thought it was just a summer fling. I thought that was it. It was going to be a story that we revisit and we tell over a couple of beers, and that was it. She had told me that she was going to visit me, but I never thought it was going to happen. So funny enough, 3 days later I get a text from her that said that she was a woman of her words and she had already booked her flight and she was going to visit me in San Francisco. I was ecstatic. I was extremely happy that she was coming over. But I was also very, very nervous. I want her to have an amazing time. So when she came over, I made sure that I was on my best behavior. I cooked for her, I took her for long walks, city explorations, we did all the romantic stuff like Monterey, wine tasting in Napa Valley, we did like the artsy stuff in Sausalito, we also did Haight-Ashbury, the works. I saw her around the city, and we were having the time of our lives. So towards the end of that trip, We were just walking around in the city. It was around sunset, and I wanted her to see the Palace of Fine Arts. She hadn't been there. It's the most scenic place, one of the most romantic locations in the world. We turned at some point and the palace just opened up in front of her, and her eyes just widened up, and I can see in her face she was extremely happy. At some point she even started dancing, singing, and being full of joy. I love that. We were within the palace, and at some moment she just stopped doing anything, turned, looked at me dead in the eyes, and told me that she loved me. And I felt the exact same way. We hugged each other, and it was that moment that I knew she was going to be my wife and the mother of my children.